Good morning.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to A View from Down Here with ADian and Ickle Jamie.
Mm-hmm.
This is our second attempt at this evening because Jamie forgot to hit record when we did the first one. So there's a lot of wasted footage, and I'm thoroughly disappointed in you. For the one time I give you the job of recording the audio, you fuck it up. Disappointed, mate.
I do what I want, don't I?
Yeah, you should be disappointed in yourself. Just so you know.
Really quiet.
But how are you doing this week, mate? How are you doing?
Yeah, I was doing right until now.
Is that
That's some good footage as well.
will be part of the bloopers. It'll be the lost episode.
Yeah, which won't be able to fucking hear it.
So, how you been doing this week, mate?
Yeah, not bad, thanks. Bit tired.
Bit tired, yeah. Well,
aren't we all? How you been doing?
yeah, I've been doing good. I mean,
Good.
surviving as per usual. I always survive, but I've had a couple of exciting things go on at the weekend. My parents
Indeed.
came up all the way from Bournemouth.
Mm-hmm.
Which was very nice. I've not seen them in a long time, and they've not been up to Birmingham in a while as well. I had a gig at which you were actually there, but I had a gig at Victoria on Saturday night that was very good, and I've also had an extremely exciting opportunity arise, which I'm really looking forward to. Which is I might be filming a documentary.
Mm-hmm.
Which is which I'm really excited about. So I got sort of through uni been put in to contact someone called Keke Maniki. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but she has got this absolutely incredible like rap style, and I really like her. I was listening to her stuff the other day, man, and it was woof.
Yeah,
Top notch. Sort of little Simsy kind of rap, but she's also got a really beautiful singing voice. But I read her. She sent me over this like sort of blog post thing that she'd done, and it nearly had me in tears.
Why?
I don't know. It was like really inspirational. You can tell that the idea that she has behind it is very much kind of just really good idea, like a really solid idea.
Nice.
And I think that I'm really looking forward to actually having to film it at some point. I mean, my footage ain't the best, like, I mean, it ain't the best. No, it ain't.
You've seen your vlogs, mate. Yeah.
Yeah, well, my vlogs are very shoddy. But
I love your vlogs.
But no, she sent me this thing over, and it was talking about how she's a really sort of introverted person, like sort of spends quite a bit of time by herself. But she talk about how she grew up, sort of as a little kid, as when she was growing up, she would always hum and sing stuff, and then her mum would always pull out her camera. Or anything and just film her sat at the table as a little kid doing drawing, humming or anything. As well as how whenever she used to do gigs or anything, her mum used to barge her away to the front of the crowd and set her tripod up, the camera right at the front of the stage. And her mum used to be like gassing her up and all this kind of stuff. I was reading it in my living room in fucking tears, man. It was just a really good idea, and it's like, I don't know if you've ever seen Post Malone has done like a documentary, or Billie Eilish did one
the
as
Billie
well.
Eilish one on.
Yeah.
Still not watched that actually.
It's really good. I watched it because she sent me over like what she wants it to be. So she wants to have like interviews with her parents and her musical parents, who I don't know who they are, but I guess I'll find out. But if you do end up watching KK, I would just like you to know that I'm really up for the idea. I think it's a really solid idea. It's just really good, for like what she wants to do, like showcase herself Like, she can't really put pen to paper very well, which is kind of hits a chord with me because I've got dyslexia and dyspraxia, two learning disabilities. You know,
two learning disabilities.
I'm special. Probably in the wrong sense of the word. But no, it's a really solid idea, and if she does end up watching, I just want you to know that I'm really up for doing it, and it's just a fucking great idea. So even if she doesn't do it with me, it's people. When it comes out, if it does, go and watch it, even if I'm not involved. It's absolutely brilliant. Yeah.
Nice.
But
cool.
The gig on Saturday.
Yes. Yeah.
It was brilliant.
It was so good.
It was, wasn't it?
Your set was like the tightest it's been.
Really?
Well, to be fair, I think I've only seen you twice anyway.
Well, yeah, you missed us once.
Yeah. Oh wait, no, I'd seen you. I saw you at the Mama Rouge gig.
Mama Rouge, yeah.
Did I ever see you play before then? No. So I've seen you twice.
You have, you have seen us twice. Well, you've seen me, but you've not seen Fill in the Blank before. Times. Well, this gig, has to be said, was one of the better ones we've done. I think I can agree on that. It felt, I think the last gigs I've done, that one we did with Bri on Monday, or last Monday, sorry, not the Monday just been, and
the one at Mama Rouge.
Yeah, that was also just as good. But the one we did at Mama Rouge with Bri felt really solid. It just felt really good. But that was a very similar feeling on Saturday. Nice. But Victoria is I think one of the coolest bars.
It was cool.
It is cool, isn't it?
It was cool, yeah.
It's between Dead Wax and Victoria.
It's a tough one. Well, to be fair, that is different, like, vibes.
I don't know. I feel like they got a similar sort of vibe. I think on a Friday or a Saturday, maybe it's a little bit.
There's a bit of crossover, but
yeah,
I think Dead Wax is more of a party.
Oh, I don't know, because the other room. The other room. Sorry to interrupt you, Jamie, but
no, I stopped myself. I was thinking I can't.
No, the other room. So Victoria's got a bit of a round circular bar, which doesn't pay well for the bar staff because they're having to run circles all evening. Yeah. But the other room is very much everyone sort of stood up having a party, a bit more like a club. Mm-hmm. But I do see what you mean in terms of Dead Waxes, because everyone's outside, aren't they?
Yeah, everyone's outside, and then even the people inside are like dancing. Like there's like a dance floor at Dead Wax.
Yeah, well there is one at Victoria, but it's probably not as. I don't know if the one at Dead Wax is really a dance floor. It's just a walkway where people just stop and boogie
and dance. Yeah.
Just dance.
It's a floor that people dance on.
Yes, a floor that people dance
yeah.
on.
But not a dance floor.
Oh, okay.
It's a floor that people dance on.
Okay, yeah. I get where you're coming from. But
some may argue it's the same thing, but
yeah.
To be honest, I'd have to agree.
One thing I want to desperately talk about is the traffic getting there, man. It was the biggest nightmare I've ever been in.
Yeah, I mean, we spoke about last week.
Yeah, well,
I don't like driving around Birmingham, but I think Birmingham likes me driving around. So
this was chaotic. So, for all the people that don't know, actually, the Christmas market has just recently started up in Birmingham.
Yeah.
And it's quite big. It goes sort of along by the Odeon, out by the sort of museum/town hall-y bit. Mm-hmm. So in Birmingham, there's a ring road that sort of goes round the centre. And essentially, the way we have to come off this ring road, sort of come by this place called the Mailbox, under the bridge, and then back round again. So we pull off. The moment we pull off, we're stuck in fucking traffic. It's like, even at that roundabout by Sunny, we're stuck in traffic. So, oh Christ. So it takes us 25 minutes to get by the Mailbox. It's saying 5 minutes on maps. It's not. We can see where we're meant to go. We can see we're meant to be over there. We get there, has been like another 15 minutes goes past. And we're still stuck. And we've moved maybe 5 meters. So everyone's trying to get down into this, like 3 lanes are trying to get into 1 lane of fucking traffic. Yeah. To then get onto this road, which isn't moving because everybody's trying to get into the centre. Yeah. So we get there, and we're like, at this point, already half an hour late for sound check, and I'm going, I was just going, lads, I'm just looking at Jono, who's in the car, the drummer for Fill in the Blank. I'm going, look, this isn't good, man. This really isn't good. And he said, what can we do? We're going to get there. We're just going to be late. I said, as we're driving around, I see this car park, and I said, how far's the venue? He said, literally up the road. I said, ring the others. I'm going to park in this car park. So we pull into the car park. It's queuing up 2 levels round this car park for people to get out of the car park. So it's like 4 lanes of traffic trying to get into this one. And then we're going up, and it's a fucking nightmare trying to even get out because everyone's queuing. Then finally we managed to sort of... The others get there, and we're lugging this fucking stuff through loads of people, and got really drunk people stop and go, oh my God, it's a band.
Really? Oh, no.
Stopping us. Louis, bless him, has drawn the short straw and ended up with a bass drum. So a load of us have got like bags fucking... We've had to put Jono's stands through the straps of our bags so it sits behind our back. So we can carry more stuff.
Oh my God.
It was honestly the biggest piece of chaos I've ever seen. Yeah. It was, and...
Yeah, it sounds...
We were speaking to the sound tech when we got there, and he was saying to us, like, oh yeah, standard. He said people who haven't really, because gigs haven't happened in ages, he said people who haven't done gigs in a while just don't know that this is what happens. And I was like, what, this happens every year? He said, from this point onwards, driving into town on the weekend is just a no-go.
I see.
Yeah. That's what he was saying, a complete no-go.
Yeah.
Which I was just thinking, like, really?
yeah, I could have let you know.
I know, but I mean, it wasn't the sound check's job to do it, obviously. But
no, of course.
And if the promotion company didn't know, they didn't know.
Yeah.
Which was, we did get there in time, but I parked in that car park, paid for 24 hours. And then the Sunday, it was the same thing. But luckily, I was in a car park. Yeah. So it helped. But even then, it was just like, I don't think I want to drive into town again. I think just lug the shite on a train. I'd rather do that, lug it through town, walk it through, buy a trolley or something.
Yeah.
And rather than having to fucking drive in, get somewhere, just be stuck and go, right, fuck it, I'm parking here.
Yeah.
With a load of traffic going on. And it was just...
Yeah.
It's just a nightmare, man. Absolute nightmare.
Jesus. But the rest of the night, complete success.
Massive success, yeah.
Every single band and artist there smashed it out of the park.
Yeah, and some very good ones as
exactly.
Well. Yeah.
Well, but yeah.
I think definitely for me, a bit of a highlight.
When I was like, I meant like, that goes hand in hand with each band smashing it out of the park. Not like you saying, oh, good bands, and I was like, yeah, well.
No, I got what you meant. But probably good you clarified. Yeah. No, for me it was, although all the bands were absolutely great, Marek blew me away a little bit.
Yeah.
So, Marek is sort of a friend of ours, more of a, I guess, student colleague. He goes to the same uni as us.
One of our peers, at
least.
Yes,
one of our peers, there you go. That was what I was looking for. He was, he did this utterly incredible thing. So, he's a rapper, but he also plays bass. He's a bit of a chameleon when it comes to music, so he does a lot of different styles. And he did something that thoroughly impressed me, which was he played slap bass and rapped at the same time. Yeah. Slapping and rapping. No! But he... He also did this other thing, which I think...
Not to be confused with rapping and slapping.
Yeah, rapping and slapping, which is a completely different ballpark. But he did another thing as well. That was just in itself, as someone who plays bass, is just playing bass and singing sometimes is just difficult. It takes a while to get it, but to be able to slap and then rap, which is two separate things in itself compared to what they are, slapping and rapping. But he also did this utterly incredible thing, which was he got everybody to just read out a bunch of words, wrote them down
at random,
complete random words. I think I gave out about 4. Tried to make it challenging.
Yeah.
Gave him minstrels.
Someone said orange.
Orange, yeah, but I feel like orange you can kind of do in a sense of.
Well, he did it, didn't he?
He rhymed it with porridge somehow.
Porridge. Man.
There's an N and an I. The difference between those two words.
Sounded good though.
It did. It somehow worked. He made it fucking work.
Oh, I just clicked.
But yeah, on an all round successful night. On to the next one, which I believe for fill in the blank is the 4th. I'm trying to organise some more ADian ones. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I'm so busy and slightly lazy. So, but this week's question, Jamie.
Ooh, question time.
Question time. So for everybody who isn't aware, every single week I pose a scenario-based question to Jamie or guests when we do have them, which essentially is a scenario you'll find yourself in real life, which is essentially like somewhere, like a scenario, a setting. It can be anything. And then I'll ask you what song's playing in that moment. So it's a bit of a hypothetical question. So this week's question, Jamie, is you're sat in a little pool floaty. It's like one of those Lilo-based ones, and you've got a drinks holder next to you. You've got a lovely, alcoholic, tasty, tropical cocktail. And you're floating down a river. There's nothing around you. There's absolutely zero. There's nothing in the water. There's nothing around you. It's just complete silence. You've got beautiful trees, Caribbean settings, Hawaiian settings, just beautiful landscapes. Everything you can see around you. Life is good. What song is playing, Jamie? Would you like some time to think about that?
Yes, please.
Okay, I'll go through mine.
Cool.
So recently, I think I mentioned before that my style's massively changed. So I used to be massively into sort of indie rock and things, and now I've kind of got myself into rap, electronic, a bit of everything now.
Yeah.
So I recently discovered an artist from this scene called the Chicago rap scene. And this artist is Toby Liu. I know he's stunning. He's like nothing I've ever heard before, if I'm honest. He's got this sort of funky style, but it's also a little bit trap rappy. He uses 808s and stuff like that.
Nice.
On top of that, he also he's like really into like anime and like popular like that cartoons and all this kind of stuff. So he has this song called Notice Me. And I've actually done a cover of this on my channel. So I will link that in the description. But it is essentially this song that's like got this guitar that loops the whole way through, but it's just expertly played.
Nice.
And it's just like him and the guitar, and he's got this female vocal that kind of comes in here and then. And it just feels like you're floating just down something, and you're just sitting there in absolute bliss. And right at the end, all the instruments come in, and it's just this sort of like chilled out, lo-fi type beat played. It's just like, and the bass is just grooving, and this girl's voice is over the top, and it is honestly, and even the video itself is them sat in the back of a pickup truck, driving through LA with all the trees and the palm trees and stuff. And it is, every time I think of anything just summer based or chill out based or just like good times, like memorable moments, that's what I see that as. Like floating down a river with nothing there, I don't think it's something, for me, is something I'd ever forget.
Yeah.
So, what are you thinking?
I don't know. I don't know, because I don't know whether to go for like a summery sort of vibe or just something that I'd put on in that situation. Or like, and I'm trying to think about what I did, because do you remember during COVID when it was just really, really hot last year? I was just like sort of hanging out in the sun. But the 1975 album came out at the same time, but I don't want to pick another song from that album again.
It's your choice, man.
Yeah, like I said earlier when we were talking about it, probably just Happy by Pharrell Williams.
I mean, that is a good vibe, though. Isn't
Yeah,
it? Like...
definitely not my answer, though, but I think I clipped again then.
Floating down a river, hearing
"'Cause I'm happy."
Sort of going down a river, an alcoholic drink. I can see that. I feel like that would be...
No, I think maybe actually Get Lucky by Pharrell Williams and Daft Punk.
Oh, tune.
Yeah.
What a tune.
Yeah, thinking about it. Because that actually reminds me of that summer when that song came out.
Yeah, well, that was... I mean, that album was mad, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
But,
Yeah.
I mean, Daft Punk's...
Rest in peace. They're not dead. They're just...
It's a touchy subject for me, just because I'm such a big fan.
Oh, right. I thought you were going to be like...
No. We're not talking
like
about another unpopular opinion.
American Idiot situation.
I love them, bro. I absolutely love them. I think
they were
pioneers
cool,
in their genre.
Yeah.
In what they did.
Yeah.
And how popular they were. Mm-hmm. As well as just everything. It's just like... And the fact I'm never going to see them live, because my babysitter... When I was a little kid, she was like really quite kind of cool. She like got me into gaming and stuff. She used to bring her Xbox around, and she used to play it with us and stuff. But she was a huge Daft Punk fan, so from a very early age, me and all my brothers have been massive Daft Punk fans.
Yeah.
So when the news came out this year, I was definitely close to tears, has to be said.
Yeah.
Well, it's a massive part of my childhood.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, same. Do you remember the? Did you ever watch Tron Legacy?
No.
Oh my god, they did the soundtrack for it.
I've heard it.
Yeah.
But I've never listened to it.
Oh man.
Well, that film got a bit slated, didn't it?
Yeah. To be fair, I enjoyed it, but that's because my dad showed me Tron when I was little. And then also Daft Punk when I was little as well. So it's sort of the two cool things. What are you looking at there?
Oh no, I'm just checking.
Just checking out what's going on.
Yeah.
Well,
the original. I've seen like the original Tron film.
The original, yeah.
And it's just so naff to watch, man.
It's so old, yeah. But yeah. Tron Legacy was cool though. I'll stand by that.
Yeah, I get it was cool.
You know, it's your average blockbuster sort of film, really. Like, you know, but
standard.
I enjoyed it. I was like 10 years old. Come on.
Well, my brother, when my favourite name for a film, Pacific Rim. Have you ever seen that?
Nah.
Well, my brother, when it came out, me and Phelan watched it with Flynn. So I got two brothers, and we were watching it, and me and the middle brother Phelan were watching it, going, how is this good? And Flynn was going, oh, the whole time. I was going, why? He's like, the effects are so cool. I was like, is that it? Is that all you're enjoying? Just action.
Mind you, though,
it was like such a weird story.
What do you think of the Transformers films?
And I like the first three.
Yes,
just because they were like my childhood. You know what I mean?
And Shia LaBeouf.
LaBeouf. They were my childhood, but even then, like, I only remember them fondly because of being a kid. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
The older I got, I just got into really fucking weird indie films.
Oh, I see.
Like one film I can thoroughly suggest if you haven't seen it already, as a new film come out on Netflix, that is just utterly nuts. Is a film called I'm Thinking of Ending Things.
Oh wait, I think I've seen a couple trailers. Or I've spoken to someone about it.
It is nuts. I've never watched a film that's not horror make me feel so tense. Just the stuff happens. It's just like, you just feel like something's going to happen. And then even then the ending's just like, I love stuff that makes you think about things, which is definitely what I try and capture in my music. You know, but I try and sort of do it through myself. You know.
Yeah.
Probably a little bit egotistical. No, I'm kidding.
Jeez, dude. Making it all about yourself.
No, I'm only kidding. But I'm thinking that with like all that kind of stuff, I like things that make me go. And I think for me that captures stuff more. So when you think back to those things of when I was a kid and
yeah.
But then again, Endgame, cracking film.
Endgame's amazing.
Endgame's amazing. Infinity War's amazing.
Yeah.
Some people think, I don't know what,
they're easy watches. There's no like messages behind them. They're just good fun to watch. You connect with the characters. I think that's you relate to the characters on some level.
Yeah, we
Marvel
don't.
A little bit.
I think in Endgame, you kind of need to have seen at least half of them.
Yeah.
To be able to understand what's going on. But when it comes to like the Hulk film or any of the films, you can just sort of watch them very easily without having really known, unless you watch, like, you can't watch Thor Ragnarok, but the early ones I think you can very easily watch without having to really need to care.
Yes, yeah.
But
I was just going to say... I watched The Arrival the other day.
Oh, what a film.
Yeah.
What a film.
So cool. And we had a massive conversation about it afterwards, just about, like...
Well,
aliens and shit.
I like the idea behind the end. So, to anyone who hasn't seen it and wants to see it...
Oh, wait, do we want
to... You know what? Let's not.
Yeah.
Let's not ruin anything for anyone.
It's such an interesting film. I wouldn't want to spoil it.
And the ending of it, I think, it is very clever. I like how clever the ending is.
Yeah.
But like on the idea of like things that make you think about things, I think it's why with myself I'm such a massive Radiohead fan.
Yeah.
Because I feel like the way you see the 1975 is the way I see Radiohead.
Okay.
You know, like they have albums and things that just it's just not gonna lie, you don't listen to if you're upset. Never a good idea.
Yeah.
Because it can send you into a spiral.
Yeah.
But even then, sometimes it saves you a little bit when you're upset. It makes you kind of think, you know.
Yeah, there's always having
changes
that,
your opinion.
Bit of relatability to sort of sit with for a bit if you're feeling down. That's always good.
The one very funny thing I find about 1975, as you being a massive fan myself, is both of their third albums are very, very similar, and I think their best albums. Well, actually, I don't think it's Radiohead's best album, but it's one of. Yeah. So
that's what I think about Brief Inquiry and
exactly. Yeah. So for those people who aren't aware, the third album by 1975 is called A Brief Inquiry into Online Relationships, which is an absolutely incredible take on what modern life is. Yeah. There's a song on there called The Man Who Loves a Robot, which is Siri talking about a horrific relationship between a man and his phone. And then the dude dies. Yeah. Man
does not live by bread alone.
Yeah, man doesn't live by bread alone.
And then he died.
You can find him on Facebook. But there's a mad thing about that song, which I don't know if you know about, which I'll tell you about, which is really cool. But I'll get onto that in a minute. Okay. But OK Computer is Radiohead's third album, for people who don't know, is what that could have been. So it's a 1997 album, so it was before technology started sort of really taking off. Yeah. And it's kind of talking about what the world could be. So it's essentially A Brief Inquiry is the same album made in the time
where it had already happened,
of what Radiohead were trying to predict in a way. Yeah. But on that album, they've got a song called Fitter Happier, which is another one of those sort of everyone says as just being a whoa. But it's like a speaking spell voice saying fitter, happier, more productive. And it's all about this kind of idea of everybody being in the same like thing, like routine, which was right. Phones.
Yeah.
Phones.
Yeah, you wake up, you check phone.
Yeah, you wake up, be more productive. You go, you know what I mean? You're on your phone, you're being more sociable.
Yeah.
Going for drinks at the park.
Yeah.
And all this kind of stuff. And what's mad about both albums is, one, Brief Inquiry is 5 songs longer. So it has a longer time to tell.
I've never listened to
it's not
OK
a similar
Computer,
story,
by the way.
but
I've never listened to OK Computer, by the way.
Oh man, no! You're missing out. You are missing out on one of the most well put together and well created albums of all time. I may be talking about it probably too much as a Radiohead fan here, but it is stunning, even if you don't like Radiohead or you just appreciation of music. Yeah. It is worth listening to because the whole thing is just solid. Okay. It's just and the whole album just kind of makes you sit back and go, Jesus Christ. No, and Brief Inquiry is very similar, I think, having thought about this, is it just in the type of story it tells. Like the way they tell it is completely different, and a lot of the things that's in the Radiohead album aren't entirely true, but the Radiohead album is a lot more sort of thought-provoking and sort of looking forward, where I feel like the 1975 album talks a bit more politically, but also a lot about love, which is why
it's called Online Relationships.
Exactly,
isn't it?
which is why what divides them, I think, because a lot of people think, they just copied. No, they didn't, man. They didn't copy that album. It just happens to be the same thing. And with that, like, 1975 album, I think when I heard the singles when it was coming out, like Love It If We Made It, I liked. Give Yourself a Try, I thought was decent. And then 2 times Sincerity Is Scary, I wasn't sure, and then I thought they were just releasing way too many songs. I was just like, why are you releasing 6 singles? Singles. I'm really not doing well with my words. Why are you releasing 6 singles? Because when you said you weren't going to release any, the album was going to come out. It just annoyed me a little. But then I heard the album, man, and I thought the song sounded so different. And then the album came out and they just made sense. The whole thing just went as the album came out, for me especially. But every bit of production on that album is solid. And that's why I think they're compared. Is every single bit of those albums is just
perfect.
Mind
you, though, I do think I Like It When You Sleep, For You're So Beautiful, Yet So On, or whatever. Whatever that album is.
You were close. You were close.
I think that's their best album. It's not my favourite. A Brief Inquiry is my favourite.
I don't understand, like, not to slag this idea off, but like their best and your favourite, aren't they just the same thing?
No.
Like, you can say, like, they're most commercially successful, I feel like you could say.
I think Brief Inquiry was.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know. I feel like I Like It When You Sleep with that. Like,
I know. That had
like propelled
because it had the sound and somebody else on it.
I feel like music's really subjective.
Like
some people may think that Brief Inquiry was more successful, and others may think that the other one was more successful. But I feel like in terms of what you're saying, with they probably got more success out of Brief Inquiry. Well, I think that mainly is like when they headlined Reading because of that album was not because of the quality of the album, was more just because that was their third album. You know what I mean? It's always a progression of a band. If you're a band that can keep putting out consistent content, then I think it's more of your longevity than it is.
Yeah.
Like, I can't remember what it's a quote from. I think it's from Bohemian Rhapsody, where he says, bands don't not make it, they break up.
Yeah.
And I think it's not necessarily true.
Why the hell would you say something like that?
Yeah. It's not necessarily true, but I think there is some truth to it. I mean, look at Idols. They're like in their 30s.
Oh, yeah, true, yeah.
And they didn't start making it until they were in their 30s. So I think
Yeah.
it's a case for me anyways of you got to be full on ready
Just stick
for
with
it.
Yeah,
You got to just like if you want to do it, you keep doing it. You put your head down and you go for it.
Yeah.
You know, because for some people it takes years for either people to agree with what they're doing or for not agree. Agree's the wrong word, but to gel with what they're doing.
Yeah.
Or for them to write something that people gel with.
And that first 1975 album, it did really well, but it was quite niche.
Well,
it was
I
weird.
don't know if it was.
I don't know.
It's an indie pop record. There's a few of them.
Yeah.
I feel like it sounds just like a slightly different version of Two Door.
Yeah,
I feel
but
that first album.
would you say slightly different though? Are you sure?
Well, I feel like
I know
in the same...
it's got loads of like classic indie pop like bits, like really identifiable that you're like, oh, this is an indie record, but it's like just not. You know, it's just like there's weird parts in it that you just like.
That's kind of what their progression went on to.
Yeah.
So I think that with them, it comes from, like, I feel like that first album's in that ballpark because you can look at Empire of the Sun, MGMT, that first album, Two Door Cinema Club's first album, and that first 1975 album. You can look at all of them and go, they're the same sound, but they sound completely different when you put it into
perspective.
Yeah, I know. I said it wrong, tried to make a joke, and then couldn't say my joke. I feel like if you put that into... Oh, Christ! I'm really not on it. Perspective. Is that right?
Perspective, yeah.
Yeah. If you put it into perspective, I think it's like that idea of it, you know? I like, look at grunge. I mean, grunge is so different. Like Pearl Jam, Soundgarden, Alice in Chains, and Nirvana are all four of the main grunge bands. Yeah. Alice in Chains are basically metal. Nirvana are more punk than anything. Soundgarden, I don't know, they're just technical. And Pearl Jam are just bangers. Even then, they're more hard rock. Like with their sort of sound, like they got massive choruses.
I feel like because some people, do you know Bieber Do Be?
Yeah,
people call her. Yeah,
I'm a scat man. I do know Bieber Do Be. Yeah,
people call her grunge.
I can see it.
Yeah,
I can see it. I can definitely see it.
That's why
it's what she's inspired by.
Yeah, but like that's kind of like you can definitely see. With the artist that you just mentioned, like, yeah, I can see that's grunge, but also it's like there's like hard rock and indie in there. Well, I don't know about old school grunge. If there's any indie, I don't think so.
What I find really interesting, I feel like you can just easily put 1975 into indie pop. Yeah. Even then. Yeah. So, and you can see where the influences come from. Like 80s synth pop, you know. Even with their latest stuff, that's where it's coming from.
Yeah, definitely.
Hear it there.
But that's quite trendy at the moment. Either way.
My question I ask is, Rex Orange and Still Woozy, where are their inspirations?
I've not listened to Still Woozy, but Rex Orange County, I guess, just jazz. Oops.
We won't talk about Still Woozy.
Okay.
But is it jazz? I don't think it's jazz. Because jazz, I can't think of a jazz that sounds like that. I can think of big band stuff, but even then, that's miles from big band stuff. It is quite unique. And I think that's what this whole pop genre is all doing. So, I heard someone call him bedroom pop once, which I can kind of agree with.
Yeah.
But he's not bedroom pop because he didn't do it in his bedroom. But bedroom pop has gone from being the definition of people making it by themselves in their bedroom to a sound now. But even then, it's so vast. It's so vast.
Yeah.
And Rex Orange is one artist, Still Uzi is another, and another is this guy called Gene Dawson. They seem to sit in this mad world, you know? It's crazy ass world, but that's the incredible thing about genres, isn't it? Genres are just hypothetical things, you know?
Yeah, of course.
I mean, I'm the type of guy that loves to get hung up on genres, but I do definitely spend more time on it than I should.
Right?
Well, I like, not that I like things having a label, but as a songwriter myself, I like the fact that you can kind of get an idea of where things sit and then take inspiration off multiple things that sound like that to put into your own stuff, which is what I try and do, you know. Try and find bits and pieces.
It definitely
from
helps
everywhere.
with the researching on how to get the same sound.
How
to get a indie pop guitar sound, whatever. But
well, I don't know. I've been obsessed with acoustics lately.
Yeah.
Yeah, I try and have an acoustic guitar in every one of my songs.
Oh, nice. Oh, yeah.
Just because
that makes sense.
It's I don't know. It's a bit sonically different.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I agree. That makes sense.
Right. What else is
your new acoustic guitar?
Oh yes, I
thought that's where you were going with it.
No, I can remember what I wrote down. Yes, this week I got a new acoustic guitar.
Hell yeah, baby!
It's a beauty.
Mm-hmm.
It's an utter beauty.
Nice.
Doesn't buzz like that really shitty one I've got. Sounds gorgeous.
Good.
So when we start recording again,
nice. Sounds good.
It will actually sound better. It's electroacoustic as well.
Cool.
It's got a tuner on it. It's like a gig live. It is a Faith matte guitar, and it's like black. It's like a ashy wood kind of.
Nice. Oh,
yeah.
Nice.
Sorry, we're having guitar chat right now and talk about guitar porn. But it's back to the original point on the acoustic guitar. I'm trying to use that to sort of be my uniqueness, you know.
Yeah, that's a good shout.
Which I feel like is a massive thing for a lot of artists. Is what I love is how unique everything is being. It's just
like recently or
I feel like you can just find anything and everything on Spotify.
Yeah.
I feel like everything is just completely unique.
Yeah, well, that's the benefit of having like an online digital database of music, is that record labels can't push physical things in physical stores, so advertisement doesn't really matter because it's you can find it yourself. It's like
what I feel
there's sort of crosses over with the advertisement thing, but that's like one of the big changes.
No from Emil there.
Well, my lecturer was talking with me about it today, so you can take it out with John Hart, okay?
No, I think one thing I still find very interesting is this idea that vinyl, the rise in sales of vinyl, which is continuing to rise, by the way. I thought it would have risen as a novelty for our generation for about a couple of years and then just died out.
But I think it kind of still is a novelty.
Well, why does it keep rising though?
Because of the lacquer.
Yeah. I guess so, yeah. But even then, it's like, even if it was a novelty, like it would show signs of slowing down, but it's not like, and because of that, cassettes are rising, which I just think is nuts,
that's mad.
which was something that existed, like in the 80s,
and like
and 90, and
Well,
then
that's
CD came along.
That's what I mean. Like, how many people actually own a cassette player now, but still buy cassettes? Is because there's like a value behind having physical copies of music from the band that you love.
Well, I feel like
it's like a commitment that you're making towards the band.
What's happening with like vinyls and cassettes and stuff is very much what's going on with, you know, oh wow, it's doubled since last year.
So that's vinyl.
Well, I feel like it's got to be a similar thing to why everyone's buying up crypto and NFTs, and I feel like and Pokemon
NFTs
cards
is interesting,
and just cards in general. Is I feel like the value rise. Like I feel like a physical cassette. Let's say, let's go vinyl, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what I feel like, let's say you get an original 1960 print of let's say in 50 years, right? Original 1960 print of, I've forgotten the name, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band.
Mm-hmm.
One of the most seminal albums of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Started the genre, well, didn't start the genre of psychedelia, but it was definitely one of the pioneers.
Spearhead, yeah.
Yeah. If it's worth 20 quid for a reissue now, how much would that be worth? But how much would that then be worth in 50 years?
What, the reissue?
Not a reissue, no.
No,
the
reissue, the current... the original.
The original, yes. So I think the reissue is, obviously, there's a playability factor to it. And I do agree, it does sound different. There is a difference in sound. It's so much more analog through a vinyl. Like, you can tell it doesn't feel digital at all. It feels like analog waves. There is a difference in sound, for me personally anyways. Whereas there's got to be like a physical thing, which is, I think, why cassettes are going up. The fact that you can play it as well. I mean, for Christ's sakes, there's platinum records, which I found out the other day, apparently they're playable.
Yeah, makes sense.
Which is mad. I've got a platinum record. I thought it was just a thing in a plaque. No, it's a genuine, you have a platinum record. And if you've gone 5 times platinum, you've earned 5 of them bastards.
Yeah.
Mad. Just
yeah.
mad. Like, I don't understand it. It's like Logan Paul's really crazy crypto egg idea. Have you heard of that?
No, what was it?
Oh my God. So essentially, it's NFTs, which are an egg that once they crack, they birth like a creature, and then you can make these creatures mate and create new NFTs that will be worth more.
Whoa.
Which is, I'm not going to lie,
Jesus.
a stunningly smart idea.
Yeah.
Well done to Logan Paul on that.
Yeah.
But that man has been earning shit tons in crypto. Tons. I don't know a single thing about crypto, but I know little bits, but it just doesn't interest me. But I feel like that idea is smart. So I think it's that kind of physical thing, you know, because now we're
an NFT?
What NFT is the
digital,
uniqueness of it.
Oh, I see.
Whereas, like, I'm talking in terms of vinyl. Sorry, that I feel like that's why in cassettes is why that they're kind of being popular, you know, and becoming popular is the fact that there's the playability, there's a difference in sound, as well as there's some novelty to it, as well as that you can even a reissue, like, I mean, remastered 2009 versions of things, or like just remastered versions of things that have things people haven't heard before. That you keep a mint condition version of that, in about 50 years, it's going to be worth loads. But I think the reason that this is happening is because everybody is kind of, we're getting to in terms of modern culture, I think we're getting to it being quite old now.
What, vinyl?
No, just modern culture in general.
Oh yeah.
So you think about it. So in terms of with music, you think it's about the 30s-ish. Well, 1800s was when, 1890 was when the first recording device came out. And then music wasn't really starting to be sold as a commercial device until about the 40s, 50s. Radio was mainly the big thing back then.
Yeah.
Then TV came, and now TV's dying out for streaming. And physical sales are dying out for streaming, but I think a lot of our generation, at least, are kind of realising that it's very much, there's value in these in the future. Well, I mean, I got a...
Yeah, no,
I bought a guitar a couple of years ago, the Strat, and people might have seen it. It features in my vlogs and gigs a lot. That is actually a 1987
the Squire,
Korean Squire that I got for 250 quid. But if I hold on to that, don't do anything to the pickups. But to be fair, I love playing it too much. Just get it fixed rather than replace anything.
Yeah.
Just get it fixed. If I hold on to that 50 years, I mean, it's going to be worth tons, isn't it? Like,
oh yeah, easily.
ADian's guitar. It is 1987.
Yeah.
So it means it's got even more value to it.
Yeah.
I'll be rich and I'll probably donate it all to charity. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh wow.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I like being able to, if I have enough, the moment I have enough to live off and do the things I want to do, I'm definitely gonna start donating to charity. It's a big part of what I want to do, especially mental health ones.
Oh yeah, true.
Anyways, I think we've exhausted every lead we've got there.
There is one more thing to talk about.
Ooh.
That I was going to talk about. Well, we're talking about 1975.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Is well, no, it's right. It naturally flowed towards guitar, I believe, or whatever. Because we have chemistry.
Oh.
Not in that way. I'm just as podcast hosts, I think. Anyway.
Yeah, I'm just saying. In general, we have chemistry.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Matty Healy supported one of
telling me about
Phoebe Bridges' concerts.
That's so cool, man.
And gum stuck on my neck. No, I can tell. That's what you get for playing with gum.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's my fault. Anyways, keep talking, man.
No, we'll just enjoy this together.
Smacking on the mic.
Anyway, yeah. So Matty Healy supported Phoebe Bridges. I think they were playing the Hollywood Bowl as well. Pretty cool. And so that was the first performance that they did of Jesus Christ 2005 God Bless America.
Oh, which is just even better.
Yeah. But he played it in 2018 or something to a small press show. I think it was a Q&A show. He played it. Irrelevant. But so Phoebe Bridges did a cover of Bo Burnham's That Funny Feeling from Inside.
Oh wow.
And she released it for charity or whatever. It was something. So all the proceeds go towards. I think maybe it was a fire thing. Yeah, I probably actually should have looked that up beforehand and we could plug it or whatever. But who cares? But Bo Burnham was actually in the crowd at that show, and there's videos of him watching it and laughing at it. It's so cool.
That is really cool.
I think if
I've never seen Inside though.
It was good. I liked it.
A lot of people have said it's really worth the watch.
Yeah, I think a lot of people go into it thinking it's going to be funny as well. And while it's funny, it's you sort of laugh, but you're also...
Well, it's all in one room, isn't it?
It's all in his house, yeah. It's all in lockdown. So it's all in his house. To be honest, at the end, it's just morbidly depressing.
Oh.
It's the same way that everyone else felt during COVID. But it was kind of shocking watching it happen to someone else and all that stuff. It puts it through another lens. But don't go into it expecting the crazy humour that Bo Burnham's known for.
I like some people that do funny music. I find it entertaining, but I don't go out of my way to go find it.
Yeah, no,
especially Bo Burnham. Although I've appreciated his stuff in the past. I've never gone out my way, but I'll definitely watch that. A lot of people have said it's really worth the watch. But one thing I think I want to talk about is that I think describes kind of lockdown as well, as you were saying. Cool. Is the Phoebe Bridges album last year?
Oh.
What's the name of it again? I always forget.
Punisher, yeah.
I think that is a stunning...
Yeah.
Even though it came out...
She didn't get the Grammy for it, though.
Oh, yeah, really? I didn't see the Grammys. I didn't see any of the winners this year.
Elton John said he'd punch someone if Phoebe Bridges didn't win a Grammy.
Really?
Yeah, so
she didn't win a single one.
No, not even for Kyoto or anything. To be fair, I
Who won album of the year?
Strokes.
Oh, of course. He's okay. I agree on that. That album is stunning. That honestly,
it's a really good album.
Whatever people say,
yeah,
that album better.
But she didn't even.
For me, it's the top album of that year.
She didn't even get the Grammy for Kyoto though, which, to be honest, I'm surprised that was the one that got nominated for like the single. I don't know if she released. I know the end.
Been nominated.
I know the end.
Yeah, well that. Yeah.
But I don't know if that came out as a single or just with the album.
Yeah. Oh, really? Does that have to be a single? For
I imagine for best single, yeah.
And that means Halloween.
Unless it's just best song.
Either. No, but like that Strokes album. Oh,
I've
the new Abnormal. Oh man, you're missing
out. There's a song. The only two that I've heard from it are the one that you and Fill in the Blank play.
That's not even.
Is that not from the new Abnormal?
No, it's not. No, it's not. It's from their first album. So the Strokes is a very funny one. Let me give you, because I love the Strokes.
I know where I've got confused.
Yeah. The Strokes are a very like interesting band because they got really popular before their first album. Like they were in covers, everything before their first album even came out.
Right.
Like they were genuinely, everyone was banging on about them. And they were saying, look, just let our music speak for ourselves. So they did the first album, boom, they blew up.
Yeah.
Like everyone's dog mum were talking about how good this band were. And personally, that first album is incredible. So the second album came out, and had some popular songs, and loads of people loved it. But because they had so much, like everyone was anticipating it to be like that first album.
Yeah, it's too...
that they just kind of grew to hate each other, really, and they just despised a lot of the stuff they did. So by the time they got to their fourth and fifth album, they really fucking hated each other. Like, recording music for them was really difficult.
I remember seeing a tweet last year about the Grammys. It said the Grammys are more enthusiastic about this Strokes record than the Strokes have been for 15 years.
Oh, it's so true. It's really true. But you can tell that this album is something they're enthusiastic about as well.
It was, yeah. I've heard from...
It's the first time they've kind of created music where they've all been just gelling.
Oh.
And like, they took about 5 years out, and it was a 5 years that they desperately needed, I'm not going to lie. They kept gigging occasionally, but they kind of did a massive return in 2019. I got to see them in London, which was a massive dream of mine.
Nice.
On my mum's birthday, which was a poor performance by myself. But
you didn't even take her with you?
No, my mum didn't want to go. She didn't really care either. Like, she was like, you don't need to be here. We'll go up to London with you and then just do something in the evening without you. So, yeah, anyways, it was... that was very, like... That album is just stunning, start to finish. Really well put together.
I'll give
a
it
band
a
that knows
then.
who they are. Lyrics from Julian Casablancas that are just... But it is a shame that there were a lot of really good albums last year, and it is a shame that Phoebe Bridgers didn't get the recognition. Yeah. Recognition. Yeah. I'm really not on it with the words, am I?
So
that she deserved. But I mean, I feel like she's definitely. She should have won like the folk.
She should have got something.
Album of the year.
I don't know.
Like Strokes won too. They won that and the rock album of the year as well.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure they did.
Hogging all the Grammys.
Oh no, that album deserved it though, man. It is honestly. I'll give it a listen, bro.
You know where my confusion was though, is because they added some music to GTA 5 a few months ago, and it was The Adults Are Talking.
Oh,
and the one that you lot play.
Oh, what? Hard to explain.
Yeah. I think that's the one.
Yeah, that's a tune, man. I love that song.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen it already, go watch my cover on YouTube of it. It's one of my favourite covers and my most successful on SoundCloud. Check out my SoundCloud. Anyways, and my Spotify. Just check me out, please.
Check them out. Because that's all we have time for.
Yes. Thank you very much, everybody, for watching this one. It's been a bit of hit and miss and a bit of a cock up at the start, but I think
you're welcome.
It's been very enjoyable for us. I hope you guys like enjoying us chat shit about a lot of stuff.
I really hope this audio is usable as well.
As per usual, that's the view from down here. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for watching, and peace.
Yeah.
We'll see you soon.
Bye bye. Thank you. See ya.